Hey there. Recently, I've been doing a couple videos talking about the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite and other e-reader announcements. And I had a thought because I've also been talking about the Google Pixel Watch. And this is the original Generation 1 Google Pixel Watch. And to be honest, I have the Google Pixel Watch 3 as well. And there isn't a whole lot of difference between them. Slightly better battery life, slightly better screen. I didn't think it was worth the upgrade, to be honest with you, and I've still been using the Google Pixel Watch 1, despite my frustrations that Google has not yet released the updates for um, the Android, what is it, Wear OS. It's still on the July 5th iteration, and I think they might have updated it so that the September update still shows that it's the July update. But regardless, it's now mid-November. Um, but I was also thinking about the Paperwhite because I was thinking about the e-ink screen and the color e-ink screen in particular, and then I remembered I had a Pebble, and I don't know if you've had a Pebble. You should check out some videos on the Pebble smartwatch. But the Pebble smartwatch was really a brilliant little e-ink device. It was a very early smartwatch. I think it might have even been before the Fitbit, certainly before the Fitbit versus and stuff like that. Um, had notifications. It had a slick little menu. And then Fitbit bought it. And for a while, it seemed like Fitbit might do something really interesting with it. Fitbit might, integrate it and come out with their own e-ink fitness tracking smartwatch. And then Google bought Fitbit. And I had the realization I don't understand why Google isn't doing an e-ink smartwatch. Um, it not only makes a lot of sense, but I saw all the breathless commentary on the color soft and how many people were like, oh my god, Amazon is finally giving us what we want with a color e-ink display on this e-reader and all that kind of stuff. And I don't get that, but I would get that if it came to a smartwatch, and I don't understand why Google's not doing it. um, the Pebble itself was a great form factor. It was a small screen. It was about I want to say inch, probably less than an inch and a half. But it had a great slick system. It refreshed well, and all those things that I feel like are limitations in terms of a color e-ink display in a tablet or an e-ink reader. They don't exist in a smartwatch form. For example, the color soft, you're not going to watch a video on it. Nobody wants to watch a video on a color e-ink display. The refresh rate is arguably garbage. Like, it wouldn't work. Um, but you would love an e-ink display on a smartwatch, and it would get insane battery life. And I feel like I could just see the Mr. Mobiles and the CNETs and see like all those outlets just raving and being surprised by Google doing a color e-ink smartwatch. So yeah, so Google, get on that. Like, wouldn't you love to see that? I hope you have seen the Pebble. The Pebble, like I said, it was a really nice device, and they were up to, I think it was called the Pebble Time 2, and it looked fantastic. I think I had had an eye on it and was about to pre-order it, and because I had one and I loved it, and then the pre-order was canceled because Fitbit bought it. And I mean, they had huge bezels back in the day, um, but that was back in the day. I want to say it was probably 2014 or 2015, maybe something like that. I think it was before the Apple. It was certainly before the Apple Watch, in fact. Um, but yeah, it was a great device, and I feel like Google should really do that. A Pebble-inspired e-ink smartwatch on Wear OS that syncs to Fitbit, I think would be an amazing smartwatch for Google to do. And I feel like Google could do that with the smartwatch. I feel like an e-ink smartwatch would immediately redefine the product category and be exactly what the smartwatch category needs. Because right now, the smartwatch category is getting as boring as the smartphone category. We all have big black slabs that we keep in our pockets, some of which fold. And like I said, I've shown you the Pixel Watch 1 is identical externally to the Pixel Watch 3. They look exactly the same. It's 2 years later, and now they're all the smartwatches are becoming these little black, you know, squared circles or circles we wear on our wrists that have a couple of buttons. And I think that Google could really push the category, because I imagine that when they bought Fitbit, they also acquired all of the Pebble design, technology, all those kinds of things. They might have to start over from scratch, provided. They might have to do that, because I imagine that e ink has grown by leaps and bounds, but that's all the more reason to do it. And I don't get why they don't, and it makes me sad. If you'd love to see a Pebble smartwatch, if you had one, comment below. I think it's a nostalgic thing. I'd love to hear about it because I miss that brand. And I know now they have, you can still get the original ones, and there's a thriving like developer community, but it still requires some workarounds and stuff like that. And if you want like the most secure devices, you have to go with the platforms that are being updated pretty constantly, which is Android and iOS. But yeah, comment below if you'd like to see that, and thanks again.